Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm a bit tardy. November 30th, 3:40 on the West Coast, 2021. It's good to see you. It's good to be here. It's good to. Sorry if it's long. I can't listen. Lab rats. And thank you to all the new members. Look at you guys. So awesome. DD. Chemistry Queen. Amber. Lori. Stephanie. Look at you guys. Appreciate you. What is going on, everybody? How are you? Oh, another one. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Just thank you for being here. If you can, hit the like button or dislike, whatever, share. Leave a comment when it's over. Anything. I just appreciate you being here. If you would like to join, there is a join button, the membership. It entails members only lives once a week and a multitude of other things. It will be very interactive. I understand if you can't join. I completely understand that and appreciate you just being here. And it is good to see everybody. I just recently, I don't know the details, but I did just hear something in the last couple hours about, about a school shooting. And while I don't have the details of all of it, I will look into it and we will discuss it. I hear that multiple people have died and that there is many injuries, senseless, just more senseless, just violence, senseless violence, and whatever. Also, I'll just address it right now. Yesterday, I said some kind of meaner things to somebody, another creator, somebody who's older than me, and I should have more respect for people that are older than me. So I do apologize. I felt attacked, but I'm just going to start trying to roll with those punches. So for that, I do apologize. And maybe don't put in YouTube lab rats. I'm not taking anything back, but the way that I, came across maybe wasn't the nicest. But I'm not taking anything back. It is what it is. And I don't care much to address it that much. There is such a thing as righteous anger. I was angry. I was a little, miffed. I mean, I don't know. I guess when people want to question your intentions and they think that they can read your heart and they think that they're so intelligent that they can look right into your soul and tell you who you are and tell you what your intentions are. I have a major problem with people like that, and I will always have a major problem with people like that. You just can't tell me what my intentions are. And so I do, for the rudeness, I do apologize, but once again, people need to mind their business. Sanctimonious. Yeah, they do. No, not BK again. No, he's not. We don't talk about him on this channel. Yeah, right outside Detroit. That's so sad. It's so any comments? Video last night. Witchy woman. Any comments? Yeah. Well, I had some comments yesterday. My comment would be good luck to you in whatever that you do in life. Amen. Amen from that. Yeah, I know. I said some mean things. I get it. Stupid. I knew you were better than that. I wish you would have listened. Sure. I don't disagree. But you know. I don't know. She's in tight with this nameless, faceless scientist guy, and he's got a problem with everybody and anybody. And so he sits at his computer and makes weird videos all day. But anyway, I do apologize. I wish all of them well, even the nameless, faceless scientific guy. I don't care about them. I don't care about them, and they shouldn't care about me. And that's really all that matters. I care about you guys. I care about the people who showed up. I care about victims, missing children. I care to bring you a show. I care. Just not about other people's opinions. I really don't. Yeah, he's not funny. You didn't miss anything. Nothing happened. Membership. Be Botanical, welcome. So, as everybody I'm sure has heard, there is an extensive search underway. There is a command center once again that was taken down on the 27th of June. Summer Wells went missing June 15th. The 27th, they called basically off the search, not called off the search, but scaled it back down. Lady CG, yeah, I do care. I just said I don't care, but you're right, I must. Yeah, I just Mr. Yeah. Will it continue tomorrow? I don't know, but here's the thing. Here's what this tells me, and let's just go over this really fast. Here's what it tells me. First of all, they're not buying the story that Dawn and Candace seem to be selling of the abduction. Okay. They to put this much manpower into a planned search. They must have got something. They must have something, and what it is, I don't know. But a planned search in that area makes sense. If you remember, if you're familiar with the Dylan Redwine case, they had to go back after the snow had melted. It's getting ready to probably snow there, but everything's dying. So the foliage goes down, and now they can search these really rural places that they weren't able to get into before. So now they have drones up, they have, searchers going again. And I couldn't be more happy about the fact that there are people actively looking for her again. That is news that we can all celebrate. that is a good thing. And if she is out there, and God forbid that she is, but if she is, she deserves to come home. If she is out there, she deserves to come home and be laid to rest, and her soul be freed. I really feel that the reason that they're doing this search isn't just by happenstance. They're not just doing it. It's not one of those, let's just go take a look. I mean, this was a very thought out, planned search. And so hopefully we're getting some answers, and the search is still on for Summer. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal because it tells us a lot of things. It tells us they haven't given up. It tells us that they have some inside information. It tells us that they're doing this for a reason. And what I'm thinking here, and once again, speculation and conjecture, this is what I'm going to do. But I'm looking at this as somebody's going to snitch on somebody to save their own butt. Who's going to break first? That's just my opinion. Somebody's going to tell on somebody. You know, it's like in the mafia when they say, "Oh, that guy was a rat. He ratted everybody out. He dimed everybody out." I don't know if he has. TDK, welcome. Thank you. Welcome. Christina, very happy for you to be here. But it's like in the mafia, okay? So if you're not going to rat or break or tell in a situation like this, ratting is a great thing. It is the next person. If you don't tell what you know, it gets passed on. The invitation gets passed on to the next person, and that person takes it and they put you in prison forever. That's how that happens. And so once the dominoes start to fall, you know, it's just like tick, tick, tick. Oh, I'll tell. I know a lot more than I'm giving off. I know tons more. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Dawn? Is it going to be Candace? Is it going to be Grandis? What happens when one of them talks? All of these people, if this is a criminal case, they will have to testify against each other if there is a trial. And I don't know why or what, but it's going to happen. Somebody is going to break. Did somebody give them inside information? Dawn and Candace are not married, so they can testify against each other. Tennessee does not recognize that as a common law marriage when it comes to criminal activity in court. But what I'm telling you is that somebody will eventually say something more, or that they may have something more already. It's just they didn't just all of a sudden come out and say, you know what? How about like 2 days ago? Let's go and search it. I mean, this is a big, massive search. They have the mobile command center is back. There are people in the vests, and they are searching again. And I don't know who it's going to be. But, and maybe somebody already did. That's the other thing. Maybe they have a tip. Maybe they already have a tip. Maybe that's what spurred this entire thing. Maybe that's what this is doing. And if I'm Don and Candace and they're searching and I know something, do they want it? Do they want Summer found? The simple answer is yes. But do they? But do they? So we have all these different players in the game that we haven't heard from. We've heard from Dawn. We've heard from Candace. And that's it. You have H, Grandis, Allie's talked, but who knows? They weren't under oath while they were being talked to. We've heard from Robin now, an older, different time period, but we still heard from her. Lisa Piro says the sheriff said they planned to do this when the vegetation was gone. Yeah, they may have planned to do this, but do you think that they plan to do it today? Is there a specific reason that they're doing this again today? They must obviously feel that she's out there somewhere, or they would have scrapped this whole thing. They would have scrapped this whole thing. And they haven't. And if you think that they haven't gone back and talked to some people, well, then you're going to be mistaken. Somebody has said something. It just has to be that way. It has to be that way. They won't just do it to do it. They won't just do this to do it. Trust me. That's just not how it's. Alicia says the sheriff said, yes, it was planned a few weeks ago for today. Fine, but there's a reason that they're doing it. It's not just we got it on the schedule, we're going to do it. Don't make it seem like that, because that's not what it is. Hey guys, we got that search tomorrow. There's a reason that they're searching this area. They really want to search this area, and so they're doing it. But don't make it seem like it's just some thing that they're doing just because it's on the calendar. That's not what it is. No, they have not searched this area because they couldn't get to it. They wanted to search the area, but they could not get to it. It was too overgrown. They couldn't even use drones. They couldn't even use helicopters. And the reason that they did it is because they have a feeling. It is expensive to search, and when you're going to put that the kind of resources in that they're doing today, they must have a feeling. And I get it. Oh, it's just a planned routine search. None of these are planned routine searches. They're probably saying, hey, guys, we got to search this area. We've been wanting to search this area for some time. We have to search this area. This is very important to us. Is she there? I don't know. Could she be there? Yes. Are they working on an abduction theory? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, allegedly asks how very hard. I don't know. Maybe you can say if you heard much about it. I've heard that H is maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about him. You would need cadaver dogs. She's not a very big person. It's just let's see here. The lab. Do we know if they are searching the property again? I do not know the answer to that. I would hope so. I would hope so. And absolutely, you don't think that everybody's being watched? You don't think kids, kids, I just saw somebody's comment. Who's got a problem in the chat? I want to know who's got a problem in the chat. You got a problem with the show, you don't have to watch. I really don't understand that. Who has a problem in the chat? So we can just deal with it and get them done. Get it done. Coming here making it about you. I see mods in there talking, saying, hey, be respectful, be this, be that. I mean, what's going on? The shit that the worst part is I can do these lives with no chat. I like having the chat. I like people talking. I like people interacting. But you can do these shows without chat. And it's just like, why do we have to do this every single time? It's just ridiculous. JP said something they didn't like. You know, people say things that I don't like all the time. I mean, come on. Please, like I'm asking you, please, for me, for people in the chat, for Summer, for just humanity. Let's just try to get along here. Let's just try to get along and talk. That way I don't get I mean, I don't want to even really want to be looking at the problems in the chat. I want to answer questions. I want to talk. And I really, really do hate this when this happens. Lizzie says that they're downplaying. They're downplaying the search, and that makes sense. You don't want to get like when you hear about this search, and people they get worked up, rightfully so. Rightfully so. And the problem is the speculation starts, and I get it. It was a planned search, but they're doing it for a reason. They have wanted to do it for some time. I love each and every single person in this chat. I really do. And anybody that even is willing to come in here and listen and interact with people. And if you have a disagreement, that's fine. I appreciate you sticking up for me. I don't know. I don't know who JP is. I don't know what the problem is. Life isn't a wedding cake. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's just move on from that. And I get, there's I'm having conjecture and we're speculating, and let's just keep focused here, because once again, the planned search, somebody said something. There's a reason that they really wanted to they cancel searches all the time. They cancel things that they had planned because the evidence has led some other way. This canceling a search wouldn't be abnormal. Shutting a search down wouldn't be abnormal. I mean, they did it back in June 27th. They planned to say, well, we're not going to stop until Summer's found. Well, they kind of stopped, and not really stopped, but they stopped kind of. I mean, the big search was over, right? The big search was done. And so if their possible tips or whatever that they have led them to keep this on the schedule, going, you know what, it'll be really low that day. She could be in some underbrush. Kaylee Anthony was found like 3/4 of a mile from her house. They're not doing some big they're not doing some big, super crazy interstate, international hunt. It seems like they're staying pretty close to home, right? They're staying pretty close to home. Must be a reason. I mean, it is a huge search that they're doing today. Thousands and tens of thousands, if not hundreds. Who knows? All the manpower. I mean, there's a reason that they're searching this area. When they went looking for Dylan, they had to go up into the hills where they couldn't get to before when they did the first search, and now they're doing the same thing here. This is how it works. Sometimes Brian Laundrie, the water, they couldn't search those areas because the water was risen. The water must recede. The same thing with Dylan. The snow, they had to wait for the snow to melt. Would the dogs be able to detect a scent after this long? I believe that they would. I'm not an expert by any means, but I would think so. I mean, they have hound dogs out there for a reason. So yes, I do believe that they would be able to do that. What agencies besides Hocking County and TBI? I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, they're searching everywhere. 25 years. Somebody in the chat says 25 years. So they're keeping really close to home. And once again, I'm not saying Dawn or Candace did this. I'm saying that I think that they know much more than they're telling. I mean, if I could find somebody that disputes that, I would like to talk to them and we could talk about it respectfully. But I mean, is there anybody that truly thinks that they don't know more? Candace, Grandis, H, Allie, blah, blah. They know more. They know more. And I'm telling you, they're doing it for a reason. They're doing it for a reason. They're not just doing it. JP, my email is on the screen right there. Right there. And the comment earlier where they said, it's a planned search. I totally understand and agree with you on that. It is a planned search. There's no question that it's a planned search. But planned searches sometimes get pushed off or pushed back due to new evidence, or maybe that it's not leading a certain way. I mean, they wanted to get out there today. They are looking for evidence. And it tells me also that they're looking for a body. And I know that there are people out there that say Summer is coming home, and God, I so hope that you're right. And I don't fault you for having that opinion and wanting to stay positive and thinking the best. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what I'm picking up from what's going on today. It's just not what I'm picking up. And I wish that she would be found alive. JP says Summer is alive. How do you know that? I mean, what are you doing? You just throwing things out there. I hope so too. But if she's alive, why are they searching out in the middle of the woods, JP? Why are they searching out in the middle of the woods? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they spend tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, just today? What's out there? A clue? Lip says a clue. A clue of what? What's the clue of? I mean, they're out there looking for a body. And if you don't think that they are, you're wrong. And I don't mean to tell you that way. But that's what they're looking for. They're looking it looks like it's a recovery, okay? And I'm sorry if that's how if that strikes you the wrong way, if you don't feel that is truth. I hope and I pray. My hope is that she's alive by some miracle. Don himself doesn't believe that. How many times has he said that he doesn't believe it? He says that he sees her buried or in a dungeon, but buried. He 2 weeks after she was gone, he says that she's probably deceased. What are the actual odds? I mean, like, just think about it. We gotta really, really think about what we're putting out there. I mean, it's okay to believe that she's alive. It's okay to believe that she's coming home. It's okay to believe all of that. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't give false hope. Don't say that you know for a fact. Because we don't know for a fact. Just like we don't know for a fact that she's deceased. We don't know for a fact that she's alive. We don't know. We just don't know. And if If by some miracle, if by some divine intervention that she is out there, she would have to be in the custody of somebody because she's not living off the wilderness, guys, and they're not searching the middle of the woods for no reason. We're not just searching the woods for no reason. Welcome, Lisa. Thank you. And I wish and I hope and I pray that we're wrong, but come on. Come on. I just, we all know better, right? Don't we? I thought maybe, but once again, and then I say that, and then I go, you know what? We need people to have hope. It's true. We really do need people to have hope, and I'm okay with that. It is okay to have hope. It is. But we got to be realistic, and we got to, what's the expression? Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I mean, that's really where we're at right now. We're hoping for the best, but we're preparing for the worst. And if she's out there, God forbid it, she needs to be recovered. Not only would it be a miracle, it would be one of the biggest miracles ever. I mean, how many are we really talking about in terms of this long? This long. I mean, it's a long time. 6 months. Well, you're right. Somebody very well could have, but nobody investigating this case actually thinks that, though. That's the problem. Linda, thank you for the super sticker. Very appreciative. It's happened several times. It's happened several times. And then it's also not happened several million times. So spare me with your, you want to play statistics? I agree. I agree. I know. And I get it. And people, I get it, man. I get that people don't like. And that's fair. I mean, it's as fair as it gets. Nobody wants to think about what's happening, right? Like nobody wants to think about what's really possibly going on. But it's okay to have those expectations, but to just run around saying it as fact, well, that's not right either. And like I said, I don't I don't know if she's alive or deceased, but I have an inclination, I have a feeling. No evidence of an abduction. I mean, that's been stated several times. We're 6 months into this thing, and they're still saying no evidence of an abduction. What don't people understand about that? I just, hey, Jamie, I just said that. Try and keep up, please, because I hate repeating myself, but I really did say that. I don't know for a fact. No, I don't know. I do not know for a fact, Jamie. You're right. Congratulations. Let's do semantics. I don't know. Thank you so much. Let's see. Statistics of alive are 1%. Christmas Smart. I mean, it's probably less than that now, right? I would think it's probably less than that now, but I don't know. Miracles happen? Sure, they do. They absolutely do happen. No question. And we should be praying for a miracle. We should definitely be praying for a miracle. This is so stupid. Why? I mean, here we go. Stream. Just slow the chat a little bit here. It's just kind of ridiculous already. I hate that. I hate that so much. There's nothing wrong with thinking that she's alive, but just to go around saying it that way, if that's the case, then why are they searching in the woods? Don himself doesn't believe that. Let's see, did that? All right, there we go. Slowed it down a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, it's probably close. I mean, it's probably worse than that. I mean, somebody said Don's too lazy to dig a hole. I mean, come on. Not if he's trying to stay out of prison. But like I said, I don't even know. I don't know who did what. I just know that Summer's missing, and then that people she just vanished off the face of the earth, according to these people. Like Rose did. Like another member of their family did. They just people are just disappearing left and right. Poof. It's a common thing here, apparently. It's a common thing in the fam in on Candace's side of the family for people to go missing just and nobody knows anything at all. That's just really common. We're not even talking about just going missing and then, found later. We're not talking about people. We're just saying that they vanished. Poof, nothing, nothing of anything. She says, I bet Ellie is going to let them get real comfortable right before Christmas. And on Christmas Eve night, I mean, we could hope if there is evidence to do that. No, phone records have not been released yet, and I don't expect that until they're ready to really put until they're ready to put charges together. I do not believe that that's what they're going to do until their case they feel is ready. You desperately want to try to find a body before you go pressing, or putting criminal charges on people, because that does start the clock. And then all of a sudden you're in a race to get it's just not a smart move. And they're not doing that, which makes sense. And they're not going to release anything because nothing I'm back. Everything's fine. The fighting is absurd. It's I don't know that. I would be shocked if they didn't, but no evidence only means nothing has been found, not that the theory is ruled out. Agreed. No, I'm back. I'm back. I wrote half the songs you sing. Josh took a break. I didn't take a break. Okay, let's see. JP wants attention, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say, JP. I'm glad. I am so glad that you're keeping the faith. And I truly respect that. I certainly do. I certainly do. I just don't think that they'd be searching in the middle of the woods without real, credible, tangible things. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I just don't. It's just not something that I think they would do. YouTube member. Correct. At least Ellie is doing something. That is 100% true. And as for H's dad, I don't know anything about him. I don't know. I have Josh, Josh, do you feel like an air traffic controller in a swarm of bees? No, the thing is that I like to interact with the chat and I like to read the chat while I do a show, but when I start getting distracted and kind of thrown off, it doesn't do anything for the show. The show itself suffers. It throws me off. I can't do what I planned to do in a proper fashion, and it just makes everything, it's fine. Like it's something that you have to deal with, but I do like I'm one of the very few that really pays attention to the chat while I'm trying to do this. And I like to answer questions, but it's hard to do it when there's just a lot of yap. It's what I mean by that is if you want to debate and tell somebody right or I don't think that theory is right, but just because we don't agree with each other doesn't mean the other person's stupid. Just because they have an opinion and they feel so different about it doesn't mean they're stupid. The way that people act sometimes can be stupid because they feel like, oh, I'm not being heard, and so I'm going to press on my keys harder. That just doesn't really work, and that's why I like to talk about other people and that they can have their own opinions. And I'm telling you, when something like this happens, when there's a brand new search after so long, welcome, Julie. I appreciate you being here. Then what happens is people get all rowdy. People get all upset. People get, boom, 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 boom. I don't talk about H much because I just don't. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know why I'm not comfortable with it. I'm just not comfortable with it. I think the prints in the neighbor's yard might be a factor in searching that area. I agree. I wish and hope she's alive, but right. I mean, that's how I feel too. And I think like, honestly, like, and I'm going to I'll tell the mods this right now. If there's people in here and they just are giving people hell and for no reason, just mute them. They can watch still. If they like the show enough, they'll still watch, but and yes, right. Searches tend to raise hope. Everybody gets very upset and very anxious. Everybody's anxiety is kicked in. We're all so invested in this, months and months and months of work. Do you think that I like knowing that Don Wells drywalls? No. It just happened to come up during this case. Or that he talks to Candace the way that he does, or that Candace talks to him the way he does. You think I like knowing that stuff? No. And we put so much time and effort into this. You think that I wanted to watch Don take a dump on live? No. That's what I'm saying. There are things that I've found out and that we've all found out in this case that none of us want to know. But it just so happens that's how invested we are. Don't break my door. Yeah, I like that stuff. And the fact that we even got a peek into that lifestyle that they live up there on that hill when there were kids in there is it's tragic. And I'm sure Don and Candace didn't even want it to be that way. It just is that way, and it's a problem, and it needs to be stopped, and people needed to intervene. And I'm sorry that Don and Candace ended up living their lives the way that they did. I have empathy for them. I get it. They're adults, but this is learned behavior that goes back so far. It really does. It goes back so far. And it sucks. And when people live that way, the children suffer, just like I'm sure that Don at some point in his life had major problems. Just like I know that Candace at some point in her life wasn't taken care of adequately, shown how to be a proper adult. But it goes back so far. It goes back so far. And there are things that about this family that we still don't know. And I'm sorry that their whole life was put on display for the whole world to see, but that's just what happens when a child goes missing. It's just how it is what it is. Sorry that your privacy's been invaded. Where's the kid? What do you know? You think that George and Cindy Anthony loved the spotlight? People on their lawn? No. Awesome sauce. Welcome. No, they don't like it. Nobody likes it. It's just what happens. And everybody says, "Oh, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business." Well, we'll just go looking for the next kid when they what if they're innocent? Congratulations. If they're innocent, congratulations. You still have done terrible things. So sorry. What if? Well, what if they're guilty? You want to play the what if game? What if? You say, what if? I don't know. What if? If they're not guilty, congratulations. I'm so happy. That's great. You didn't do this, but you did a lot of other stuff. If they're not guilty of what happened to Summer, they are guilty of putting those kids in imminent danger every single day because of how they lived. And I'm sorry if that offends some people. And it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. What if they're innocent? That would be great, right? Yeah. What if they're dysfunctional as hell? Well, that's exactly what they are. Innocent or not, I mean, these children were not treated well. Grandis didn't treat her kids well. Innocent or not, they got a lot to answer for still. Tons of other stuff to answer for. But the most important one to answer for right now is where is Summer and can she be recovered alive? And if that's the answer is no, then where can law enforcement go and find her? I am sorry that Dawn and Candace's opinion, or not opinions, but their lives have been invaded. They went on the Dr. Phil show. Dawn comes on shows all the time. I heard somebody say today, they said, do you really think that Don would be going on all these shows if he was guilty and like talking to this and that and this and that? And I get the angle that person's saying. Neglect, bare minimum neglect. I get the angle that they're saying, but think about this. And I'm going to use this as a reference because there's so many different correlations here. Dylan Redwine's dad sat down with the news. He went on podcasts. He would go on podcasts after his ex would go on and then rebut. And guess what? He was found guilty of murdering his son and sentenced to like 50 something years in jail. But he went all over the place too. He did his own presentation. They went on the Dr. Phil show. So yes, they would. Some people just think that they're smarter than others. I mean, that's just how they think. They think that they're smarter. Yes, that's right. The diaper eater. It's disgusting. They just think that they're smarter, and that's a way to kind of get ahead of it because silence for somebody that in this situation, the kind of silence that they've given off is almost not, it comes off as not caring. Crazy Lady, thank you for becoming a member. It comes off as not caring, but that's not really the problem. The problem is that when they are talking, it's not really about Summer, not much. Now, if they were out there with posters and flyers, in which they say that they are, but I don't know that. Doesn't seem that way. Dr. Phil was to get national attention for that. Then why did they have to drag Candace kicking and screaming? Jamie, I mean, honestly, Jamie, we can do this all day. I get it. It's almost a reverse psychology type thing. You got to go do this or you look guilty. And then they go do it and they still look guilty. What's up, man? Welcome. Good to see you. And they still look guilty about it. I mean, it sucks, man. I'm telling you, it really does. And I've talked to Dawn before. I've talked to Candace before. I don't wish ill on them. I really don't. Not a fan. And in some ways, when you talk to Dawn, you were like, well, like he's kind of like the guy you'd see at the bar or something. But then you get into the backstory and then you go, oh my God. Oh my God, why? What is going on here? And then back in 2009, another person, another family member went missing. His family is torn apart from from top to bottom, left to right, round about. It is torn apart. And who can you lay that in front of? Don and Candace. It was their house, it was their kids. But that's just how it is. I am so sorry for all the children involved. I was a child just like them, just like those boys, taken away, ripped from everything that I knew. I know how it feels. It sucks. And I made sure that I was never going to let that happen to my family because I was raised by somebody who taught me better than that. And I'm telling you, how you raise your kids matters. How you conduct your house matters. It just does. It just does. It just matters. How you raise a child matters. It means everything to their future. If you raise a child properly. Evil Abe, good to see you, buddy. Oh, thank you so much. If you raise a child properly, the chances of them becoming a decent member of society are very high. They don't have to be a rocket scientist. They don't have to be a doctor or a whatever. I mean, they can pump gas, but if they're a good person, they're a good person and they can contribute to society. And that's just not what we're seeing turned out from that family. And it matters. And I'm sorry if that offends people. It should offend people more at the way that these children were treated. That's what should offend you. Does it mean that they're going to turn out good? No, but it means that the chances of it are so much higher. They're just so like astronomically through the roof higher. If you're doing drugs in a, we've all seen it, man. I worked for 10 years in the sporting industry, and I saw little peewee football players grow up into high schoolers and graduate, and I saw them all the way through, and some kids I saw prosper and graduate and just go on to achieve great things, and I saw a lot of other kids that really just fell by the wayside. And you go, well, look at their parents, and that really sucked. Because you always go, that kid had so much potential. It was such a, but being exposed to drugs and alcohol and adult situations that they shouldn't have been introduced to. What happens there? It's just staggering to me. And yet we have people that want to downplay the actions of these parents. And I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. No breaks, no deals, no benefit of the doubt, nothing. You get nothing. You get nothing until what? Until your child's found okay. Until your child is found okay. Do you think grandma took her away and hid her from family for her own benefit when she moved? I only hope. No, I don't think that, because I think grandma's just as bad as all of them. I think she could be involved. I think she knows way more. So many parents hide what goes on. My opinion, so much hidden pain. No question about it. No question about it, man. Jen Hoffman, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, man, you get when you have the background that these people have, and by the way, they can thank themselves for that. You get nothing. You get no benefit of the doubt. You get nothing. And for the people that want to give it to them, fine. But obviously, the vast majority of people aren't going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Right or wrong, it's just the way the world works. Child abuse, domestic violence, child neglect, all this stuff runs in the family. What happens when a bank gets robbed? Who's the first people they go look? Who's robbed a bank before? Child neglected goes missing. Who's neglected children before? Oh, Candace has. Wow. Who was the kid with last? Candace. Wow. Who else? Grandma. Grandma. What about grandma? What's grandma's history? Neglect, child abuse, child endangerment. Wow. I feel like people talk to me like I'm an asshole sometimes, like I'm so stupid. Like, get over it. Oh, there was a fire. There was an arson. Who do we look at first? What proof do we have about grandma other than what you think? You mean her criminal history? Her criminal history. Staggering. Absolutely not. We gave the benefit of the doubt that she was safe. Birth mother tried to supervised contact. No risk can be taken with kids. I agree. Evil Abe says, I just see this case going nowhere forever. She would have been found by now. I think whoever did it knows what they're doing. I don't know about that, Abe. I don't know about that. Like I said, Kaylee Anthony, 9 months. Dylan Redwine, 9 months. 8 years to a conviction. I mean, they do find bodies, and they can convict you without a body. I agree with that. That I agree with 100%, man. We all know what they say. Let's see here. And Cam says, we all know what they say about the best predictor of future behavior is past. That's a fact. Good point. Good point. Well, actually, they found a piece of his, I believe it was his shoulder at first. They found his skull after they did a second search, which the skull, when they found the skull, there was an enormous fracture in the head that he wasn't just going to get from being out in the elements. An animal wasn't going to do that. And then they found out that there was blood at the dad's house, copious amounts of blood. And they asked him, was there any reason, because people bleed in their house, but he didn't even live there. He would just go visit. Is there any reason there'd be copious amounts of blood in this house? What did Dylan hurt himself in this house? And he said, no. He said, well, we found his skull with a huge crack in it and a lot of blood here. 10 miles from your house, goes missing the first night. It was a drunken rage, but you posted a comment about Rose. Do you know her personally, her character? Look, Rose had a criminal history too, but I mean, we don't want to speak ill of the missing and but yeah, like it could have been a crime gone wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Jacob Wetterling was 27 and only found because perp led. Absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody throw the membership link up, please. I would totally appreciate that. Occam's Razor, my favorite. This is honestly the way life works. I mean, Occam's Razor, it's not foolproof, but I mean, in my opinion, I think everyone should have not been found guilty. Not enough evidence. Kid bleed. Well, kids bleed, but kids don't bleed like that, Evil Abe. And then to ask the parent, hey, did he have an injury here where he bled that much? And he said no. I mean, that's kind of suspicious. Then you find his cracked skull 10 miles from there. Some of the comments he's made in the past. I mean, look. They needed help, but Don may have borrowed. There's the link right there. If you do want to become a member, thank you so much. Pin that link. I don't know. Hold on. All right, I'm going to pin it. I'm going to pin it. Pin it. Pin it. Pinned. It's at the top now. Pinned. There it is. Sorry. Yeah, he's been a twat, but what if you're wrong? I don't know what the what if game is just boring. What if? What if somebody speaks up and we can find Summer? What if? What if? What if? Yeah. What is John? I don't know what that means. Doesn't make sense. What do you mean by that? Yeah, he's still a twat. I agree with that. What ifs are just, I mean, that he would bury a body where his son was found, which stinks. Somebody knows something, so speak up. AJ, welcome. Thank you so much. What if? What if? What if? What if? What if? Just wanted to let you know that you're my favorite creator on here. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. I really do appreciate that. I'm surprised anybody shows up to listen to me talk. But I do. I do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody coming, watching, and speculation happens in true crime. If you don't like that, let's see here. Speculation happens in true crime. If you don't like that, then maybe you shouldn't watch true crime channels. I mean, we're here to speculate. I get it. I enjoy you guys too. I really do. I really, really do. Oh, look at this. Where can you go to OIS, go to Safari. Thank you so much, Chemistry Queen, for that. Not sure Don will speak up, but Candace. Who? Come on. My grandma thinks I'm ugly. She tells me that all the time. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. I love everybody that comes here. Remy, welcome. There's not. There's not special requirements for true crime. We're allowed to speculate. I mean, grandma's wrong for that, huh? If I gave you money, would you hear my plea? I don't have money to someone hear me. You got a question? I mean, I'll go ahead. I watch channels that stick with fact. Well, you've stuck around this whole show, and I don't know why. You're just ridiculous. Go start your own channel. Get out of mine. Seriously, like you're worn out your welcome as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even going to kick you out. I just you can just leave. Jamie, so are you happy with the facts here? Yeah, fact is that they are not good parents. Facts. Fact is they were in custody of Summer when she went missing. Facts. Fact on fact. Come to my channel. Not rumors, theories. Yeah, theories, man. We're talking theories here. Where'd that one person go that accused me of not wanting to answer their question because they didn't give money? But I try to answer all kinds of questions. Where did that person go? Thank you. I appreciate that. I truly do. That's very, where did that, all right. Well, I was gonna answer your question, but isn't speculation like brainstorming ideas? Look, if I'm gonna if I'm telling you my opinion, I do say it's speculation, it's conjecture. I don't just go, "Oh, Summer's alive," boom. I don't say that. I look, I don't look the whole monetization thing. I mean, I enjoy doing this. It takes up some time, and I'm thankful and appreciative of anything that helps me continue to keep doing this. I could go do sports talk radio or a talk show somewhere else. I don't really want to do that at this time. This is kind of what I want to do. I like talking things out with you because I have an interesting perspective when it comes to this kind of stuff. And that's why I do it. I is what it is, man. And I'm grateful for anybody that supports me in what I do. I really am. Super grateful always. I don't think that I just show up and think that things are expected. It's just not how it is. Keep up the good work. The PC Join membership, Josh. You have good content, good heart, and undeniable. Everyone, Josh is the real deal. No games. It's his passion. Thank you so much. That is true. That is true. Know your worth. We all got to know our worth. We all got to know our worth. That's important. Knowing your worth is everything. And not to get bumped off course by other people. Don't care why you do it, just do it. Thank you so much. And not to get bumped off course by other people of their opinions because Awesome sauce, super sticker. Thank you so much. Just because somebody doesn't agree with what you say or the tactics that you use, if I can sleep comfortably at night and know that I'm not a scumbag, I'm cool with it. I don't think I am. Somebody might. There are people out there who do not like me, and I don't know. That's okay. That's totally okay. And that's true. It is free to hit the thumbs up. This is all everything here, man. I look, if I could give memberships away, I kind of would and kind of do. I mean, you don't have to join a membership. It's just if you want to. And I appreciate anybody that does. I appreciate anybody who does. And that's why I love you guys. And I feel like I have the best subscribers around. I have the best people in chat around. I have the best mods around. We take this stuff serious. And it's just how it is. Roll call on the way out, guys. Be back tomorrow with a new episode. New month tomorrow. Unbelievable. It's December already. Thank you so much. All the super stickers, super chats, memberships, I do appreciate it. It's so nice of all of you. You guys are fantastic. Best subs around. Christine Rose. Thank you so much, Sophie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mateo, thank you very much, man. I see you in there all the time, brother. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate it. Josh, you're amazing. Don't forget, also, don't see the news break on Brian 100. I definitely won't. Missouri. Know your worth. You guys are awesome, man. Arkansas. I like how your name's Awesome Sauce. Western Australia. G'day, mate. Take care, guys. Thank you for being here.